Volume 10. I'm not gonna lie, this card is looking pretty amazing. It's a lot of battles that I feel like honestly should have happened a long time ago that they're finally putting on this volume card. Like Calicoe versus Charlie Clips. Man, that shit should have been happened. But the tricky part about these two right here is you really don't know which version of these dudes you're gonna get. This battle, honestly, I feel like can go either way. But if we going off their very last performances, this is gonna be a hard fought, debatable. But Calicoe's been fire. Calicoe's always been fire, but in his latest battles, he's also been fire. Charlie Clips in his latest battles have also been fire. Like, this is honestly a tough one to call, but Clips is just so versatile that I feel like Cal might try to talk to him, and Clips has this way of just joking his way out of a serious situation. Like, somebody might try to really talk to his soul, and it's either he's going just joke his way out of it, or he's just going to start wilding with the real talk, because he can do that too. We seen that versus Rex with the real talk. We seen how he start going crazy on Hollow in that third round. We see how he started going off, and we already know this. We know both these guys can rebuttal, but we know Clips he's just too fast with it. Like mid round, you might do something, you might fuck around and twitch, and then he gonna turn that into a bar or some shit. Like you don't know what this man might say. Like that's the dangerous part about Clips. Like we know Cal can rebuttal also, like he was talking about in that interview. But the thing about Cal is like his rebuttals are often premeditated, but he has an amazing skill where he can put his rebuttal in the middle of his round. But Clips can do that too, and Clips can also just hit you with a quick jab while you do something in the middle of his round. So honestly, just going with my gut, I feel like this is going to be a hard fought debatable, and I fuck with Calicoe, but I honestly feel like Clips might take it 2-1. He's just too well rounded and versatile, so I'm gonna have to go with Clips 2-1. And if we talking about Nitty versus Fonz, this might be battle of the night. I'm just gonna say it. This might be battle of the night. They are going to be trying to punch each other's heads off. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and call it Rum Nitty 2-1. But if we talking about the whole coming in polished and not messing up, I feel like if they both come in clean, I'm not even gonna jinx it and put that on Rum. If they both come in clean, I got Rum Nitty 2-1. Especially if he has one of his second rounds like he tends to have, because Rum Nitty is like king of the second round. His second rounds tend to be amazing. Like you look at his second round versus Rock, his second round versus Shine, his second round versus Ttop. Rum Nitty's second is amazing. So honestly, it's dangerous already. Fonz is gonna have to survive that second round. But we already know Fonz he has a way with words and a way he puts his punches together that's just so unique. So we already know when punchers meet punchers, it's always amazing. Look at Rum Nitty versus Av. Look at Av versus Glueezy. Look at Rum Nitty versus B Magic. Like every time punchers meet punchers, it's always dangerous. Look at Danny Myers and Av. Like, come on now, man. Like these are just amazing. Well, did I say Av? I meant Danny Myers and Fonz. I'm tripping. But yeah, these are always amazing battles when punchers meet punchers. So, and Av and Fonz, that's what I meant to say. Not fucking Danny Myers, Av and Fonz. But Danny Myers did battle Av, and that was a good battle too. Okay, yeah, so I'm not tripping. All right, but yeah, like when punchers meet punchers, it tends to be a great like performance. So honestly, I'm calling that Rum Nitty and Fonz as potential battle of the night. Definitely got Rum Nitty winning, possible 2-1. I don't think it's gonna be clear. I think it's gonna be like, I feel like Rum's gonna take a round, Fonz gonna take a round, and it's gonna be one of the rounds that's gonna be a razor thin edge. Now, if we talking Suge and Verb, if we talking about their latest performances, I got Suge winning. But if Verb comes in the way he showed up against Geechee, or the way he like showed up against Easy, we can have a debatable on our hands, because Verb's first versus Easy was fire, and all three of Verb's rounds versus Geechee were fire. But honestly, the way Suge been coming in, and the way he just did chess, I'm gonna go ahead and say Suge 2-1. I feel like this is gonna be a hard fought battle, but it's only like, I feel like with this battle, it's either gonna be debatable or somebody's like gonna die. I don't think it's just gonna be like a clear win but no one died. It's either gonna be debatable or somebody's gonna die, because the way Suge and Verb both are, when they beat somebody, they try to overwin. So we just see what Suge just did to chess, where they had to pull him off of chess. Like, so I'm gonna call this one Suge 2-1 in my predictions, because Suge has definitely been on fire lately. He's been trying to prove itself, because I feel like people have been honestly playing with Suge's name too much, and he's showing them that he still ain't nothing to play with. DNA versus Kid Chaos. Honestly, just from looking at Kid Chaos's last performance, the whole way that him and Verb played out, and looking at one of DNA's last performances, or any of DNA's performances in small rooms against people who are super lyrical and pin heavy, I'm gonna call this one as DNA clear, because I feel like DNA has seen steeper competition than Kid Chaos. Like, DNA went up against King Los, he went up against Verb, he went up against a lot of people in those small rooms, and he's done amazing. Like, these are some of DNA's best performances recently, and we've seen that DNA is capable of ascending to that level when it comes to people who you know, on paper should really beat DNA. We've seen DNA really get up there and just start going crazy on those people. Like, nobody had him doing that good against Verb. People were going with Verb's narrative saying DNA wasn't worthy, and then DNA got up there, and me personally, I had him beating Verb pretty clear. A lot of people had him beating Verb. The app definitely did. They had him second and third clear. And then when it came to the Mickey Fax thing, everyone said he beat him too, and honestly, I agree with that. And the consensus also says that. So when you look at how DNA performs in a small room against these more lyrical battlers, he knows how to handle himself, and even after all this time battling, he's still getting better. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this one for DNA clear, because I feel like, honestly, Kid Chaos isn't seasoned enough, and he hasn't really done anything impressive enough to make me think that he will beat somebody such a legend veteran like DNA. And DNA's still improving to this day. Like, if I'm looking at DNA's performances against these lyrical battlers I just named, I haven't seen a Kid Chaos performance that would beat any of those. So I'm gonna call this one DNA clear. I'm gonna say 2-1 for argument's sake, but I feel like it's gonna be a crystal clear battle. Loso versus Ttop. This is honestly a dangerous battle for Loso, because we know that Ttop is an angle master, and we remember what happened when Loso went against Briz. That was nasty. But if we talking about just pure rapping skills, Loso can hang in there. We know Loso could exchange with the best of them. He had a great performance against Arsenal. He had a fire battle against Chess. He killed Vixen. Like, Loso is not anyone to sleep on. So honestly, I feel like Loso is definitely going to come in there rapping his ass off. But the thing about Ttop is, when he starts hitting you with those angles, like, that shit could kind of negate what you've been saying if the angles start hitting you real hard. We see this happen. Angles could dismantle you even if you're having a great performance. Like, when you look at Mike P and Rada, Mike P had a great show in that battle. Rada hit him with that second round, and it was like, after that, it was basically done. No one, even though Mike P won the battle, that round lives in infamy in battle rap now, and people are still killing him with that angle. So if Ttop starts really hitting those angles the way that he masterfully does, it could be bad for Loso up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this battle Ttop 2-1. I know I'm saying a lot of 2-1s, but it's because these are some good battles. I don't really see nobody getting 30 like that with these battles. So I'm gonna call this one 2-1. And who else was honestly, this last battle, Soul and Foots, or is it Foot Z? I don't know how to say his name. I'm more familiar with Soul, but I'm not too familiar with Foot Z. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say I'm not gonna call this battle because I'm not too familiar with Foot Z, but I know Soul is nice, and honestly, the fact they put him against him, I feel like this should be a good battle. Either that or they setting up Foot Z for failure. And I hope I'm not killing this dude's name. No disrespect, I'm just not too familiar with his work. But so far this card looks amazing, and I'm gonna have faith in that battle, because since they are the smaller names, more than likely they're gonna battle first. So we're gonna see what's up with them first and see how this battle turns out. But this volume looks amazing. This volume looks just as good, if not better, than the last one. I honestly was sold on it. I was gonna watch it regardless, but I honestly was sold on it when I seen Calicoe versus Charlie Clips, because this battle should have been happened. Like, in this caliber, this should have been happened. And since it's going to be in a smaller room, this battle is going to get the respect it deserves. Because you already know if this was on a big stage, I feel like Charlie Clips would have an unfair advantage, because he would start rocking the room too much. And just like Suge versus Verb, that would not be no... Like, that's unfair if you put that on a big stage, because we know Suge going to rock the room on Verb, and Verb's not going to have a chance. It's going to be like K-Shine and Verb all over again, when Shine just was rocking the room on Verb over and over and just killed him. So I feel like this small room is honestly where these battles is going to get the respect that they deserve. So I appreciate this being in the volume. You know how Rum get down in the volume, and you know when punches collide in the volume setting, it's a thing of beauty. So I'm calling Rum and Fawn's battle of the night. But yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to this. Shit, good luck to everybody. I hope everybody comes prepared. Please, no chokes. This card has potential to be amazing, and I hope it lives up to the hype.